everybody, Vincent Pleasant back again from Pleasant Woodworks. Today is part 3 of the mini series, I guess you would say, of me putting my CNC together. The Elite Foreman made by Onefinity, as well as the PWNCNC spindle. Today's video is going to be putting the dust boot together for that spindle, and it's the version 10. It moves up and down with the spindle as it goes up and down, and I figure we try it out, see how it works. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video. Alright, so to start off with, I kind of want to go over what all I purchased to go with my dust boot system, the version 10. It comes with the base here that's acrylic. It comes with a track that the bristles of the bristles will go inside. It comes with a 2-inch length bristle, and then I also bought an 1.5 inch and then a 1-inch bristle here. My setup that I have, my dust collector is opposite of my CNC machine, and the hose hangs down from the ceiling. So I wanted to get something that would hold the hose with the spindle so that it will be up and out of the way. I thought I picked out all the parts that would work and put them in my cart and submitted my order, and the nice people at PWNCNC recognized, hey, the parts you picked didn't quite make sense. So they emailed me and said, hey, what are all you trying to do as far as your setup? And I told them that I had the dust collector opposite the CNC in front of it, and they said, you know what, you need this clamp here to hold the hose and this here to attach to the spindle. So thanks to those fine people over at PWNCNC for helping me not have a headache even before everything got here. So next up, going to go ahead and start putting everything together. Although I do have a few things. I got some flesh trim snips here and some Gorilla Glue gel, and I believe I need a 3mm hex key, and I got my drill here too. So next up, going to go over putting it all together. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, I want to take this adapter here and one set of magnetic rings. It comes with 2. I want to use the Gorilla Glue here and attach it onto this right here on the short side with the magnets facing the short side. I want to put it on like this and get the glue to set. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Put this glue along this. There's a little lip here. Just put it all around. Messy. Pull it around there like that. And then slide it on like this. Wiggle it around. And let that set off to the side a little bit so it dries, and any little glue that spilled out, just kind of wipe off the excess here like that and set that over there. And then this one here, I need to do the same thing. Now this part, these little holes here are for screw holes to secure it to the clear acrylic base. So this ring is going to go like this so that these can go into the plastic here like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing as before. Put the glue around here. like that. Get my piece, put it on, wiggle a little bit, and kind of want to line up the holes here, like this one up top. Have it in between these two magnets right here, as close to the center as possible. As far as my eyes go, that looks okay. So, and I want to take my paper towels, wipe off any excess like this, leave some fingerprints behind with the excess glue. Just kidding, you don't want to do that. All right, and I'm gonna set that aside there. Now, with the kit here, we're gonna take this bag here and open it up, and inside of it has a hose clamp and some screws. Now, because I'm going to use the spacer to go on the half moon piece, I need to use these longer screws here to secure it to the base, as opposed to the shorter screws. So I'm going to take this half moon piece here, and this part here needs to go in this hole and face this hole here to adjust it, and it comes pretty wide open. So I'm going to take my drill here and make it smaller. Set it like that. Still got a little bit to go. And it is a pretty tight fit. How this goes. That in there like that, that like that, and you gotta adjust it a little bit smaller, I think. Let's see. All right, so got it in there like that, nice and flush. Whenever I go to adjust it, I can adjust it right there through that hole, and we're good to go on that. So now we need to get our spacer here. It's gonna go like this, like that, and then attach it to the clear base with the longer screws. Now on the base, the magnets are on the bottom, so we want to attach it on top here. So get this here, like that. This here, like this. And then get our screws. And then kind of thread it in by hand a little bit. On that side, take the other screw, stick it through so I can get it all lined up. Nope, that went too easy. Come on. There we go. And get it screwed in to the base. Like that, and then we'll finish tightening it with this 3mm hex key here. Screw it down. All right, so that is nice and secure like that. Set that to the side. These should be good enough by now, but just to be safe, I'm gonna give it a quick couple more minutes and let the glue dry and go from there. Be right back, 1 second. All right, so the glue is set. Gonna go ahead and take our mag ring here with the small adapter piece, I guess you would call it, and we're gonna attach it to our base here. So we're gonna just use it and put it right in here. These little slots right here, there's 3 of them. Gonna put it in these slots there and set it down in there like that. And we'll secure it with these small screws here. These small screws here, they're gonna go inside these little holes here to hold it down. Now, I do not have the most sturdy of hands, so I'm gonna bring it up to eye level so I can see better. So we got that one in. Going to go ahead and do these other 2. These 2. All right, so we got our base put together, and next thing we're gonna do is set this to the side and work on our track. So with this, the magnets is on one side, it attaches to the base like this, and in this track goes our bristles. I went ahead and did one off camera, and I must say, I don't know if it's just me, but it was tough, at least for me, to get it put in. But I'll just show you how I did it. I'm gonna use my 1-inch bristles here, and I'm gonna start in the back, or the front, I guess you would say, of the bracket. Make sure, yeah, the front of the bracket here, and just gonna put it in, and it kind of goes pretty easy right here, and I apologize if my hand's in the way, but I'm just kind of pushing it down and feeding it around. Now, what I noticed on the first one was that it got pretty tough once I got to right here on the bracket. So at this part here, it kind of flares out to keep the bristles away from the bit as it's spinning. And my son's cutting the grass, but when it gets to about there where it starts to flare, it kind of gets a little tough. So what you can do is use your little flathead screwdriver here and kind of use it to push it down to guide it around like that. And I must say this one is going a little bit better than the last one. There we go. And we're just gonna feed that all the way around. And I apologize ahead of time if my camera shuts off, because it got a little bit hot. So I'm gonna set it like that and push it down with the screwdriver. There's like a little ledge on the bristles that you would use to use a screwdriver on to kind of press it down the track like that. And I must say this one's going a lot easier than the other one, maybe because I kind of halfway know what I'm doing now. And then we're just gonna do that around, and we're gonna do that until we get to the end here. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut a little bit off, because they make these, they ship these pretty long. And what I want to do is use my flush cutters and cut it as close to the other one that where we started at as possible, without any gaps. You really don't want any gaps in between the beginning and the end. So I got quite a bit left right here, so I'm gonna just open these up and kind of cut it close so I can eyeball it. And me, I'm like extra careful, so I'm gonna kind of sneak up on it little by little, like that. And I think one more little cut will do it. Nope, one more small sliver. Just take your time. Get it cut. Yep. And once we got it to length, just curl it into the track and press it down. And then kind of go back around with the screwdriver, pressing it down to kind of just make sure it's well seated in there. There we go. And like I say, this is the area here where it's kind of flared out to keep it away from your bit as it's cutting and going up and down. Alrighty, get all the excess little bristles out of the way, and there we go. And they kind of get a little fuzzy a little bit. Well, I don't know if fuzzy is the right word, but it kind of gets frizzled, I guess you would say. And what you can do, from what I've been told, is you can use a heat gun and kind of heat up the bristles a little bit. You don't want to go overboard and melt it potentially, but get them to lay more straight up and down without any sticking out. So gonna take these and the base here and go over to the spindle and get this attached. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put our base here onto the spindle. And I did a little test, and I'll be honest with you, it's a really tight fit getting this on here. So kind of have to get it straight on, and then this yellow piece here is pretty tight. Ah, there we go. All right, so get that on. Kind of want it as straight in front of you as possible. The black piece here, it kind of makes it to where you can only go but so far. And then go ahead and tighten this screw here so that it's on the spindle and don't move. Almost. There we go. And it's a little bit crooked. And I don't like crooked, so loosen up a little bit. There we go. How does that look? See that right there, looks all right. Tighten it back up. All right. Now, because, like I said, my dust collector is across from the CNC, got this base here, comes with this as well. Kind of show you right there. This base here, this is what's going to hold the hose here. And these two pieces together with this hose clamp is what's going to hold it to the spindle. I went ahead and opened it all the way up because first we need to take this nut here that comes with the kit and slide it into this hole here like this. Slide it into there like that. And then with the help of these magnets, these two magnets here and this one here, we're going to attach it to the base like so. And then the 3 screws that come with it. There's 3 of these, and I left my hex driver over there. I have to go back and get it, but just goes onto here. This one screws in here. This one screws from the back, holding the 2 together, or should I say from the inside, to hold these 2 together. And then this one screws in here, and I'm gonna go get my wrench over there and so I can screw these in. Alright, so I think it's becoming a theme now with my videos. There's always got to be some sort of oopsie, but I guess if I can take the oopsie so you don't have to, I guess I'm doing okay. So got the nut seated in there all the way. I had to use my screwdriver here to push it up all the way. Silly me, I thought if I just got it flush with the part that it was in there far enough. It wasn't. So now we got that good to go. Going to take our clamp here and feed it through. I think I want to feed it this way. So the screw is on my right side. Gonna put it through there like that. Just feed it through the side here. And then put it around here. And get this to tighten down somehow. If I can get it in there all the way. Let's check the camera. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Now you can see. Now I just gotta get this hose clamp back in here. Hopefully I'm holding it level. I'm gonna move this around. There we go. All right, so did a little bit off camera, nothing major. Shouldn't confuse or leave anything out, but I'm gonna take you along what I did off camera. So with the help of the wife, she had to hold it so that we can get this tightened up. Now it's on there, it's good. The 4-inch hose here, it's going to fit into here, and then once I get it cut to length, it'll go onto this piece here, which will hold by magnets like that. So the hose will be there, and this just comes off, turn it sideways like this. Just turn it sideways and it comes out. Okay. Now, once we got this put on, what I did, I came down here and drilled a hole into the bottom of the bench, and I wired up my 2 plugs. There's one plug that goes into the side of the VFD. Ran that wire through here. This plug here comes with the spindle kit. Then I ran my wire that I bought extra down underneath my mat here and up to the power strip, which I screwed into a stud here and a wall anchor here. And the other end of the wire goes into this plug, which comes out, put the wire in, tighten it down, plug it back in. And the dust collector here, it's plugged into here in the normally off position. Okay, I have the power switched on. And just a side note, so you know, whenever you wire this up, and it goes for both this plug and the other one, make sure your red wire is on the plus side and your black wire is on the negative side there. And with this plugged up and that switch on, the dust collector's off right now. So once we come over here, and I went to my F2 screen, hit the MDI button, I have it set at 6,000 right now when I go to run. So what the black box does, the power thing over here does, is once it reaches about 6,000 RPMs, it'll turn the dust collector on automatically. And then when it goes under 6,000, it turns it off. So we're gonna come over here and just to test it, I have it set at 6,000 right now. And then when I hit spindle CW to turn it on, I don't know if you can hear me, but the spindle's on and the dust collector's on. And then if I come over here and hit stop, when it goes below 6,000 RPMs, it turns the dust collector off. So with that hooked up, only thing left for me to do is to cut this hose here to length. So I'm do that right now, and I guess maybe speed up time or just cut it out. But I think what I'm gonna end up doing is just move it all the way to the back and jog it along the sides. I'm probably gonna cut it a couple times, move it onto the back and leave it a bit long. And then if I wanna make it shorter because I don't like how it hangs or whatever, I'll do that. But gonna go ahead and do that now. Alright, so the dust boot's put together, all the accessories are put together. Got the dust collector hooked up to where when it hits that 6,000 RPM mark, it turns on, and when it goes below that, it turns off, i.e. when the spindle stops moving. It was a few bumps along the way, just a little bit, and we got it done. You know, perseverance pushes through, I guess. But I'm happy with the machine. I haven't even carved anything yet, and just putting it together to me was fun and a nice journey. And like I say, we're just beginning. So my next video will be my first project with the machine. I still have to do the wasteboard and get it all put together. It's a little intricate. It's not my personal design. It's one that I saw on YouTube and bought the plans off Etsy, and but got to put that together, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully there's no hiccups putting that together, but since it is someone else's design and it's just kind of plug and play, I'm not going to do a video on it. But once it is put together, I'll do my first project, probably a simple sign or something like that. But until next time, stay safe, and if you feel so kind to do so, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and click the little bell icon so whenever I do post new content, you'll be notified first. And thank you for watching. See you next time.